Ramadan Mubarak. This is something that we've been doing ever since I became the mayor of Paterson, opening up the doors, City Hall, to the Muslim community and anyone who wants to celebrate Ramadan and break fast with us. And so we're encouraged, once again, we had it catered by Toros, one of the premier Turkish restaurants on the planet. Al Basha, which has been voted one of the best restaurants in the country. And of course, to diversify the dining options that we have here, crispy, crunchy chicken in Main Street, of course. And Commissioner Gallo, please join us. Commissioner Nicolino Gallo.
Yeah.
The City County Commissioner. Interesting footnote, I was born on March 20th, 1974. Nicolino Gallo arrived from Italy on March 20th, 1974 to welcome me into the world at St. Joseph's Hospital. Should have been born on San Giuseppe Day. Better.
Yeah.
At this time, we are going to follow proper protocol, and we will hear from a lady first. Our Council President Emerita, who has been with me ever since we started opening up the doors of City Hall for our community iftar. That is Councilwoman at Large, Maritza Davila.
Thank you so much, Mayor, to everyone here, to our guests. I will not be long, so I'll say Ramadan Mubarak. The Arab, Bengali community, the Muslim community knows that Councilwoman at Large has been by your side working and being there to champion your efforts. Sometimes we can agree to disagree, but that is work. But with that said, my heart is with all of you in these celebrations. I understand the meaning of what fasting means already, and I just want to say that I stand respectfully before you all. May at 7:10 you enjoy the festivities. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Yes, thank you. We've just been joined by another lady, the First Lady of the City of Paterson.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put her on the spot just yet, but she will have an opportunity to address our legion of fans in the audience.
Yeah.
At this time, I want to call forward a gentleman who's not too far from here. As a matter of fact, he represents the 2nd Ward, and he is none other than the young man who spearheaded. And let me brag on him a little bit. The call to prayer in Paterson could not have been made possible without our Councilman Shahin Khalique. He also fought for halal menu options for Muslim students in all of our cafeterias, and for the edification of everyone, just so that you know, Paterson is one of the few cities around the country that has Eid as a holiday for students in all of our schools. Both Eids, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. So ladies and gentlemen, our Council President Emeritus and Councilman from the 2nd Ward, Shahin Khalique.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank the mayor for opening the door for iftar. He's the first mayor who started this event 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just want to wish everyone a Ramadan Mubarak. Have a blessed Ramadan. Let's pray for each other.
Yes.
Also pray for Gaza as well.
Yeah.
Assalamu
Thank you. I'm glad that Councilman Khalique mentioned Gaza because we stood on the steps of City Hall on February 20th on President's Day, calling on the President to support a permanent ceasefire, and we still are calling for that permanent ceasefire, especially now that we've been joined by the first Palestinian American councilman in the city of Paterson, and I believe in the state of New Jersey. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from my successor in the 6th Ward, who has consistently advocated for a ceasefire, Councilman Al Abdelaziz.
Assalamu alaikum. So, the mayor has probably stated, I'm just walking in, don't know anyone's remarks, so it's put him right on the spot.
We were talking about
But as a proud Muslim in the city of Paterson, right, a few years back in 2018,
That's right.
we opened up City Hall with this iftar dinner. I'm honored and proud to be able to represent such a large, vibrant Muslim community in the 6th Ward. And we welcome you all here, and inshallah everyone has a Ramadan Kareem. And I always tell people during all these iftars, what I ask is please keep your prayers, your dua for the people of Gaza. We're not celebrating. I know we could be here in America and Paterson. We're not celebrating. For every bite of food that we take, there's kids starving over in Gaza, so I ask you, just keep them in your prayers. Thank
you. At this time, we hear from our former Passaic County Sheriff and our current Public Safety Director, Jerry Spezial.
Assalamu alaikum. You know, as the councilman just said, when I think of we're going to break fast here today, and you think about everything that's going on, and as he spoke about this, you know what? We need a permanent ceasefire. I believe in that. We need to make sure that kids and children and women are not maimed and harmed. We need to have a ceasefire. That's what I stand before. As far as today, Ramadan Mubarak, I wish you nothing but the best. As your public safety director, as your former sheriff, I have become so familiar with the richness of the Muslim culture and the outstanding contributions each and every one of you make to our community every single day. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yes. And let it be noted that Paterson is proud to have the largest Muslim population in the state of New Jersey. Yes. Although Prospect Park is not too far behind. So at this time, we're going to hear from our friend, our mayor, congressional candidate, Mohammed Khairallah.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak to all of you. Blessed Ramadan. May Allah accept your fasting, your prayers, and your worship. That's normally the general greeting when you meet someone that you pray for acceptance. I want to thank the mayor for starting this tradition, and with all the remarks about what's going on in Gaza, I know no bigger advocate for the Palestinian people and people of Gaza other than Mayor Sayegh. So thank you very much. And if there are any Arab mothers that here today, it's Mother's Day in the Arabic countries today. So please wish your wives and your mothers a happy Mother's Day. And to our Bengali brothers and sisters, to everybody who is here with us, again, I want to thank you, and I want to say, I always share that the well-being of Paterson is the well-being of Prospect Park and all municipalities around Paterson. So we are praying for the well-being of Paterson, and I know that the mayor has done a fantastic job bringing this council together to make progress in this city, noticeable progress. So with that, may Allah bless you, and let's have iftar as soon as the mayor calls a prayer.
Very good. As a matter of fact, someone asked if everyone here is going to speak. We'll be here till tomorrow if everyone's going to speak. So in the interest of time, we all understand, but I do want to highlight a very special young man who's joined my administration and made history at the same time. He's the first Muslim to serve as a department head. He's the first Palestinian to serve in a mayor's cabinet, and that is our corporation counsel, Ayman Abushi.
Thank you, Mayor. Assalamu alaikum. First and foremost, I want to recognize the mayor and council and the department heads and other dignitaries that are up here for being here and showing solidarity with the Muslim community. I also want to shout out members of my law department, Owen, Zainab, and Anita, for being here and representing. It's always good to see employees partake in the rich culture of our great city. And so my remarks are going to be brief, but one thing that I want to point out is that when people think of Ramadan, particularly people who are not Muslims, they think of loss of a meal, loss of appetite. Maybe some people lose some weight. But
That was good.
the reality of Ramadan, particularly in light of the plight of the Palestinians and what's going on in Gaza, is there's gain. When you see what's going on in Gaza, you have deep appreciation and gain appreciation for the meal that you have, for the security that you have, knowing that you're going to sleep in your bed and probably wake up there. And with that deep gain that we have of appreciation and thought and love for what we have, comes with a deep, deep sense of paying it forward and righting the injustices in the world, for Gaza, for Palestine, for Palestinians, but for people all over the world, people that are oppressed all over the world. And so my closing remark is, may whatever loss we feel in the sense of meals or appetites or weight or anything else be multiplied in gain for deeper love, respect, and desire to help humanity all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, we're going to have a few more speakers. I do want to acknowledge our business administrator once again, because I know our Palestinian friends would really appreciate the fact that Ireland is a country that's really stood by the side of Palestine. So long and so strong, I might add. Thank you, Kathleen Long. At this time, I want to hear from our deputy mayor, who happens to be Palestinian American and owner of Palestine Hair Salon, which is going to get really busy these next few weeks, especially right before Eid. Rada Ode.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everybody that made it here today for our 5th annual Ramadan Iftar. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to all our council members and officials. And I also wanted to thank some of the sponsors. Actually,
yes.
I think you forgot a few of them.
Okay,
I want to thank Taskin, Dari Taskin. And also Donner Restaurants and Michigan Memorial Rivier for the sweets. And I want to close with this. Let's all pray for our people in Gaza. And let's all demand immediate and permanent ceasefire. Thank you.
Want to hear from a friend? She's stood with us when you talk about ceasefire. Ariel Gold has been with us. She's representing rabbis for a ceasefire. So let's put our hands together for Ariel Gold.
Thanks so much. I'm also, my family immigrated to Paterson in the 1800s, so it's special to me. I'm really proud to be representing a multi-faith coalition, Rabbis for Ceasefire, Muslim Community Network, New York, Faith for Black Lives, Hindus for Human Rights, who have been organizing iftars for ceasefire, and they are taking place right now across the country in Philadelphia, Manhattan, Los Angeles, and they'll be continuing for the next couple weeks. And I'll just finish by saying that essential teaching in Judaism is that to save a life is to save the world entire. And that is because all of us, all races, all religions, all nationalities are created in the image of God. And when we as Jews say never again, we mean never again for anyone, anywhere, ever. And right now, that's Gaza.
We've just been joined by Councilman at Large, MD Forid Uddin.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. As we are standing here, our community members, regardless of our religious belief, we came here together. And it is, as a councilman at large and believer of Islam, I feel proud, I feel encouraged and acknowledged because our community coming together, standing together, and I thank Mayor Andre Sayegh and his administration for starting this tradition here in the City Hall. As we are standing, the As we are standing, and I always take the opportunity to ask the community members, not only at this time coming together for any better cause, we should stand together. And as you know this, as we are breaking fast and celebrating Ramadan, the city of Paterson is the largest Muslim community. But just know this Muslim community is somehow directly, indirectly connected to the people who are suffering in Gaza, Palestine. And we make sure that every opportunity we take, we make sure we have to talk about this ceasefire. Here from the city chamber, our council members will pass the resolution. That's what we're talking about, the local level. But we need a permanent ceasefire, and you have to make that happen by making your voice heard on June 4th. By saying that, I wish you all a happy Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak. Jazakallah khair.
Just a few more acknowledgements for our final speaker, and I mean our final speaker. I want to acknowledge our library director, Mr. Corey Fleming. Thank you, Mr. Fleming. From the Palestinian American Community Center, Mr. Diab Mustafa. And we have 3 members of the Paterson Restoration Corporation Board, Abdul Hamdan Esquire, Daria Taskin, and Dr. Nadeem Ahmed. And where's our ambassador from Toros, Hussein Byram. And the lead person from the Paterson Charter School for Science and Technology, Mr. Riza. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Riza. And Commissioner Imran Hussein, get up here. Our final speaker, last but certainly not least, actually we saved the best for last, is our beloved First Lady of the City of Paterson, the woman I'm proud to call my wife, Farhana. Damon Maksuka.
Thank you so much. I don't want to stand in our way of getting ready for Iftar, so I'm going to be very short. But what I'm wearing today is actually something I purchased when we actually visited Palestine in Ramallah. And it's a piece of attire that I hold near and dear to my heart because it's where I experienced and saw a lot, right? It's one thing to watch the news and see it, it's another thing to actually go someplace and experience and see what people go through. And what I love about Ramadan is that it reminds us to think about our common humanity, right? We pause because quite frankly, we're hungry, right? And it forces us to think about our fellow human beings, and it encourages us to be more charitable. So my message to you is to think about how charitable you can be in a number of ways, right? Donations, but also your smile, lending a helping hand, talking about the situation that's happening around the world. And so let's think about what that charity is, and let's internalize it. Let's make sure we think hard about what we're doing between now and the Eid, and then of course after. Because what this does is that it's a discipline. It encourages us to practice feeling compassion. So as we feel compassionate for our fellow humans, please continue to pray for the people around the world who are suffering, and continue to give back to those as much as you possibly can. Thank you.
Very well said. Better than anything I could have ever said. So true. Before we break fast, I do want to also invite everyone on April 4th, Councilman Al Abdelaziz, along with our Deputy Mayor Rod Ode, will be also hosting an iftar, and we'll be giving out gifts at School 9, so you're all invited on April 4th. But today, let us break fast together as one community, one Paterson. Thank you.